And I was just like, bitch, what?
Try it if you think you'll survive. Poisoned Productions.
Okay, so I accidentally left my freaking microphone on for who knows how long. So I have no idea if it's about to die or not, but we're just gonna have fun while we can. So the first thing I want to talk about, which is on, like, in my comments a lot on my videos, is like, don't swear, why are you swearing, oh my god, swearing. And I'm gonna give you my opinion on that. The reason I swear in videos is because I don't think words are bad, I think how people use them are bad. And I'm like, oh, fuck me, I can't get this right, like, what am I doing? Like, that's more just me, like, expressing frustration rather than actually being like, fuck you, and like, pointing my swear words at someone, do you know what I mean? And so, I don't know, I don't think words are bad, I think how we use them is bad, you know what I mean? Because, like, I also have friends that, like, we just joke around like that. Like, we'll just be like, ah, you stupid bitch. Like, you know, things like that. And so, I don't know, I just find swearing, like, can be really funny in, like, the appropriate situation. And so, as long as you're not doing it to, like, hurt anyone, I think that's fine. So now I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dipbrow, shocking, to do my eyebrows. I probably won't talk too much during this. I'm gonna clean this one up because I'm gonna have no idea even how to remotely shape the other one if I don't clean this one up first. Oh, I need to see how this is going to look completed, or I'm just gonna have I'm just gonna go off the rails with the other one. Fucking eyebrow up here, like that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't hate that. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly do the other one off camera because that eyebrow literally took like 3 fucking days to finish, so hi! So I think we're gonna talk about some scandalous stories right now. I think what I want to do in these is like talk about like shitty events that have happened to me or even just rant about stuff, and then I want you guys to leave like any stories that you guys have like around the same topics down in the comments below, and then I'll pick one and feature it in the next video. I think that's how this is gonna go. Because that'd be cool, because then we could like swap scandalous stories and things like that, and I think that's delicious. Look at how big, this is like almost the size of my head. Love it. Found it at Winners. I got a bunch of like Halloween ones. I got 3 I think all together, and they're freaking awesome. They're like bowls. So I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I really like this. It works really well in like my, between my eyebrows and around my schnozzle. For like removing those lines, like crease lines that you get, it works amazing for me, but it does smell like Play-Doh, so you just kind of have to, and it's really silicone-y. I threw out the box and it doesn't say the ingredients on it, but to me it feels silicone-y, like if I had to give it a texture. Anyways, let's start with the scandalous stories. So this happened to me about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. I grew up in a small town. And this small town had a hockey league, or a hockey team, I guess. Not really, it didn't have its own league. It was just, it had a hockey team, but like sometimes guys from like other towns or other cities would come and play on this team for like funsies and shit like that. I was still going to university, which was in a different town 2 hours away. Well, not town, it was in a city 2 hours away, but I grew up in a town. But like during the weekends I would like go back and forth, right? Visit friends and just family and all that good stuff. And so anyways, me and my friend, another girl who went to the same town that I did, we'd go back on the weekends and we'd like hang out with the hockey team because they're like guys in my class, whatever. But there was this new guy on the team from the city where my university was, but he like drove in on weekends as well to like play with the team. That was fine. We'll give him a name. Say his name is like Jared. So him and I like start hitting it off, start like getting to know each other. So we started seeing each other. Girl. And he would do these like weird things like that were just like slightly odd then, but like I didn't really pick up on them because I was like young and fucking stupid. Well, he would say stuff like, oh, my friends are dropping me off by your apartment. Like not at my apartment, by my apartment. Like, that's the first intro. And I just thought, like, oh, that's odd. But it wasn't really, like, it didn't really, like, click in my head or anything like that. And then again, also one time he tried to get me to go out with his friends, but, like, I wasn't old enough to go to the bars or anything yet. Like, I was underage. And he was like, oh, just, like, find a fake one. I'm like, no, fuck off. Why can't we do something, like, bowling where you guys can drink if you want to and I can still show up because it's bowling? You know what I mean? Like, let's do something that, like, why do I have to go to the bar to hang out with you and your friends? Do you know what I mean? So I didn't go then, but still, like, he wanted me to, like, kind of meet his friends, which was like, okay, well, that's, like, a good sign, I guess. Like, there was just, like, odd things that he would do, and we were texting a lot back then. Okay, and then, like, obviously once we've been seeing each other for a while, and, like, a while is, like, a couple months, and, like, I'm one of those people, like, if I'm seeing someone and, like, we're actually, like, going on dates and stuff. Well, we weren't really going on dates, we were just kind of, like, hanging out, you know? But still, like, if it gets to a certain point where I'm like, I feel like this is going nowhere, then I'm very much like, okay, bye, whatever. Like, I don't do this. I don't do that whole, like, oh, we're friends with benefits, or like, oh, you know, this and that, or whatever. Like, whenever there's, like, an excuse for them not to, like, commit or anything, and he was like, he just wasn't ready for a relationship or something, like, every time I brought it up, but he's like, oh, but that's where I'm hoping this goes. And so it was just like, even then, when I was, like, young and stupid, I was still like, well, I mean, that's kind of odd. Usually when guys want to date you, like, trust me, like, they want to date you. It's not like, oh, you know, when the mood strikes me. Like, they actually want to make a fucking effort, and, like, he like, would, but wouldn't, you know what I mean? And so anyways, I also thought that was weird. And then one night I came home, and my roommate was like, let's call her Stacy. She was like, hey, are you and Jared dating? And I was like, no. Like, why? Like, I mean, I was like, well, we're, like, kind of seeing each other, but it's not, like, Facebook official, which is what she meant, and I knew that's what she meant, but just to let you know what we were really talking about. She's like, well, on Facebook it says he's in a relationship. And I was just like, bitch, what? Like, I immediately was just, like, instantly pissed off. I was like, what? We need to fucking see this. Like, this is insane. What the fuck is going on? And so it turns out that how she found out of that is, I don't remember who. I don't remember if it was, like, one of her friends or one of her family members, like, went on Facebook and, like, ended up stalking or whatever through Facebook. You know how you do, like, looking at different people. Ended up finding this guy, and, like, because I'd been talking to my roommate about it, whoever this person was knew about it, and freaking saw that they were on a relationship, and, like, text my roommate and was all like, hey, what's all this about? And then my roommate was like, her and I had been talking obviously about it, and so it was pretty positive that it wasn't me. And so then I was like, oh my god. So then I was livid, and I had him on Facebook as a friend. So I was like, well, what? And it turns out you can freaking hide your Facebook relationship status on Facebook. Why is that an option, Facebook? We'll never know. Like, that's totally just endorsing cheating. Like, there's no other reason for you to have to, like, hide your relationship status. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, really, fuck off, Facebook. Like, why is that an option? Do you know what I mean? So anyways, me and my roommate had to, like, go on to someone else's account who was also his friend, like, not anyone, like, in our friend group. Like, none of the guys on my hockey team, or not my hockey team, but, like, the town hockey team, like, we couldn't go on any of theirs. And I was, like, texting all the guys too, like, did you know this? Like, what the fuck? And they were all like, no, we had no idea. So yeah, we get on, like, I don't know if it was her brothers or her cousin or someone like that. We get permission to go on one of their Facebook page so we can look at his. And yeah, he's in a relationship with another freaking girl. I was like, bitch, what? So obviously I, like, text him immediately, and I was like, don't fucking talk to me ever again. Like, oh my god. Like, I was just like, holy shit. Like, you're talking to me about, like, how, like, you want to wait for, you know, to see if this is gonna work and all this, and then it turns out you actually have a fucking girlfriend? Like, are you fucking shitting me? I was so pissed off. I was just like, I don't understand how someone can be that pathetic. So anyways, I text him and I'm like, don't fucking talk to me ever again. Like, I can't believe, like, you would act like this. And he was also 3 years older than me, so I was all like, oh, you know, he's like so much more mature and all this. He was like 21 and I was like 17 or something like that. 18, around there. And just for future reference, ladies, just because he's older, it does not mean he's more mature. That doesn't mean absolute shit when it comes to that. However mature he is depends on his personality and has honestly not a fuck lot to do with age. Okay, back on the train of thought. I completely like blanked for a second there. So yeah, I texted him, I told him like not to talk to me anymore, that he was a fucking loser, this and that. And he was all like, what are you talking about? You know, men, when they just... And then I like told him, I was like, well, like, I know you have a freaking girlfriend, like, how dare you? Like, that's so unfair. And it made me feel shitty, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like being the other girl or whatever. Like, I had no idea. I felt like such a freaking douchebag, and it wasn't even my fault, right? Like, I had no idea. So that was super fun. And he was all like, oh, please, like, can we get coffee? I can explain. And I just wanted to be like, you know, like, why are you doing that to me? Like, you have a girlfriend. If anyone you have to explain it to, it's your girlfriend. Like, you know what I mean? So that was also a red flag. And I was just like, no, dude, like, I'm done with you. Like, I'm not here to fucking be your friend with shitty people. That is not my tea, bitch. So, yeah, I, like, blocked and deleted him. And never talked to him again. It was kind of awkward though that whole semester because we had to like walk past each other when I went to my English class. Like at university, he had a class right beside me, so we had to like walk past each other awkwardly sometimes, and that was good. We just kind of looked at each other and like, you know what you did, bitch. So that was one of my scandalous stories. It was actually like super shitty. I was just like, ugh, I just felt like such an ass. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it's not my fault, but like you also can't be like naive to the point where like you don't see the signs. Like, oh, his friends dropped him off by my house, not at my house. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy bananas. And I can't fucking stand people like that. I can't stand people who treat people like that. Because you know he never told his girlfriend. Like, you know that. You know that. He kept that fucking secret because he's a loser. And I just don't have any respect or patience for people like that. So this is the final product. The final look. Ooh, yes, queen. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Next video, I will try and have more of like a list of things that I want to talk about, just so that there's a little bit more in one video. You know what I mean? I just didn't want it to be like all stories in one video. Do you know what I mean? Also, if you guys have any like scandalous stories or any like just plain old rants that you want to do, leave them in the comments below and I might even feature it in my next Get Ready With Me video. I think that'd be kind of fun if we all just kind of like vented to each other. It's not to like spread hate or like say those people super suck or anything like that. It's just to like vent, be like, oh my god, this happened to me and it fucking sucked. Like that's kind of more like the point of these videos. So I hope that's what's coming across. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's all I have to say to you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day and I will see you in my next video.